guys, on this episode of Squirrel Garage, it's a mad dash, this video. Red car needs to get completely finished. I'm about to put coolant in the tank. We have all our lines run, everything hooked up. We're going to put the coolant in, run the car, check for leaks, get this thing bled and going. I have a big surprise show on Sunday. Today is Friday night. That gives me like a day and a half to get this thing up, ready, running, and driving. Just a normal freaking day for me when it comes to the M3. Everything's always rush, and get everything done. So we're going to get all this run. I got some zip ties here. We're going to be zip tying everything up out of the way that I need to zip tie. Then the problem is now I got to get the white one back to where it's drivable. As you know, I've removed the rear suspension and we got all that stuff taken off in preparation for the new springs and shocks and everything. Well, Mod Bargains is dragging their feet and I still haven't received springs. It's been almost 2 weeks and I've gotten nothing from them. All they can tell me is that the springs have not left the warehouse and have not gone to shipping, which they said they had in stock, and it's 2 weeks. So we're going to have to throw in all the stock stuff, except for the non-blown shocks, put in the Bilstein rear shocks, and get that one with the, I'm going to have to throw the ACSs on. I sold the contours to David on Tuesday night, sold those wheels, so I don't have wheels for it other than the ACSs. And my tires that I've been looking for, to match the other two I already have, I can't find them anywhere in town. So I'm literally, that car, everything that I thought was planned and in order and going, has just gone to shit. So we're going to put the stock shocks back in the back, stock springs, put some wheels on it, put it back down on the ground, and move it out of the driveway so that I can get this thing out and run it, drive it, bleed it, make sure it doesn't overheat. That's my main thing. Make sure it doesn't overheat. Because if you don't bleed these right, if you don't bleed the X50 right, it does not like it. It'll overheat on you non-stop. So, we're going to get to zip tying some stuff up. These are my friend on this car. And get everything kind of put back together enough that we can drive it. And then all my finishing stuff, buff, wax, wash, all that crap, we'll do tomorrow and get it ready. So as soon as Sunday rolls around, we can literally just jump in and go. I'm not going to have time to run like gauges and stuff. We'll do that, another video. That is being pushed back since it's not vital to the car running and driving. We don't have to do that right now, but I will get around, I promise, to getting all that installed. It's literally just a bunch of hookups and finding some 12-volt switched wires, but I just don't have time right now to do that. We got to get it running, driving, and ready for the car show on Sunday. Real exclusive car show, only 14 cars, big production for Texas 2K and everything. This thing's not fast enough or even in the realm of anything that for Texas 2K. I have like a third of the horsepower that a lot of the guys out there have. So, yeah, let's get to it. Okay, guys, as you can tell, I've run the hose just currently right now from the top of the radiator over and up to the tank right now. I know I said I was going to run it inside the fender well, but don't really have time for that right now. So it's just going to be run along with the oil catch can for now, just to get the car running for Sunday. We'll go back later and run it the right way, the way I want to run it. And I left some slack in the hose so we're able to do that later. And we're going to zip tie our oil cooler lines up and out of the way so they don't contact the supercharger pulley. And we're going to rerun these wires for the fan so they're out of the way. As you can tell, I'm not running the fan shroud right now. You know, it's got mounting holes for the stock fan shroud, but for right now I'm not going to run it. The fan should push enough to keep the car cool. So let's get to zip tying. Okay, so the way I have this run, I'm just going to, for right now, as a temporary, going to zip tie it to right here. Just enough to get it up and out of the way. It does not look the best. It's a lot of rubber hoses together up on the top of the motor. Does not look fancy at all, but it works. So that's what I really care about at this point right now. I did have a rubber piece here. Most likely I'll split a rubber hose and tie it up over there. But for right now we're going to just run a zip tie to this clip that's underneath the whatchamacallit, under the headlight, so that we can let me move you guys back so you can see, up under, that's going to just pull these oil cooler lines up and out of the way so that they don't want to try to contact the supercharger pulley here. That would be the last thing we would want to happen. Checking all my clearances here. I got like finger clearance to the pulley there, but it's good enough. New belts on, everything's tight. So we have that. I'm gonna, where did that clip go? No, it's right there. That's why. Okay, that wire's got to go into that clip. Up under there. That's why that. So we'll clip that wire in. That gets that up there. We'll come over here. I gotta figure out where I'm gonna probably need to drill a little hole there so I can zip tie that wire to the fan right there. Because it's all the wires are run over here are good. And this is all behind the whatchamacallit, behind the my delete panel I have that we're gonna have to cut and reinstall, but that's gonna be on a need to do basis basically. So if I have time on Saturday, tomorrow, after I get the car running and bled and everything, and it's not overheating, then we'll do that. But till then, I'm not going to mess with that till we direly have to. So let's cut these off and keep going. So now that we have that done and our hose run, I'm going to pour some coolant into the tank and let that kind of circulate through while the car's off. You know, I'll squeeze the hose here, kind of force out any bubbles that are there right now. Eventually we're going to have to eventually we're going to turn the car on and run it that way, but going to keep filling it up, keep rolling it through. That'll help get all the air bubbles out. Of course, once you start the motor, then all the coolant from inside the, let's see where it's leaking from. If it's leaking, is it leaking? Can't tell. It is leaking. Okay, it's leaking from the fitting. So let's pull that fitting off, make sure the Teflon tape got on there. And if not, you know, sometimes it comes off when you're you know, screwing it in. So we'll check all that, and we'll be right back. It's just gonna leak out of here. We had Teflon tape on it, but it didn't look like it did the job. Well, guys, done a little bit different. I got the red one with all the coolant hoses hooked up, coolants in. I found a leak on the tank, so I had to kind of meander with that and fiddle with that to get that not to leak. But we're about to put a pressure test on that once we get, as you can see, start putting the ACS wheels on the white one. These currently are the only wheels I have right now here at the house that'll fit this car. So they're just going to be my rollers for right now. So putting these on, going to get the back ones on. Motor's all back together for now, just enough to get it moved around. But let's get the last two ACSs on, get it back down on the ground, back it out, and pull the red one out of the garage. Well, as you can see, I'm sweating. It's hot. I'm in a hoodie. I put my, you can see I put my lowering springs in the rear just to put some springs in. Still have the stock suspension up front, so it's super high. But let's go ahead and back this out of the driveway down to the end so we can pull the red one out. You don't think I suck at clutch. The reverse on that car loves to pop out. Once you put it in, it pops right out of reverse. So if you don't pay attention to it, you'll freaking just grind the gear on reverse. But it's out, so let's pull the red one out.
So guys, recap of the M3 and this weekend. As you can tell, I have lost my voice. I've been sick most of the weekend. But the M3, we did get finished. I know I got the white one back together enough to drive it. The red one got put back together. We made the show. Show was phenomenal. Final Form put on a extremely good show called Final Formation. Falcon Tire hosted it. Just a really good event, really good people. So it was a super success. I did though on the M3, the starter went out at the show, so we had to push start it a couple times to get it home, but thank goodness for manual transmissions, you can pop start it. But now we got more stuff to do on this one, so I'm gonna take a break the rest of the week, try to get better, so I'm not feeling so sick so much. But we'll tackle the starter on the M3. We'll tackle the coolant hose on the white one. So both intake manifolds will be coming off of both cars. So intake manifold removal on an S50 and an intake manifold removal on an S52. So both of those videos will be coming up next week. I'm going to be out of town the rest of this week. In and out for rodeo and for a fishing tournament later on, so take a little break, get better, do some stuff, and then we'll be right back at it next week. So short video this week, not a lot to do. So subscribe, like. We'll be back next week. Got a lot more projects ahead. See you guys.